All right, hello and welcome to another episode of Breakfast with the Black Dogs. Even though ain't nobody eating no breakfast today,
All
but
right.
it is what it is. Yeah, I had crab legs for breakfast because you know what I'm saying. Quite frankly, if you can't do that type of thing, then if you poor, just say that. Okay. Um,
I had bacon and eggs.
I'm your host, Arthur Hosey of the class of '08. You know what I'm saying, and I'm joined here by Mr. Derek Thomas. What's cracking today?
Oh man, chilling, dude. My daughter turned 14 on Monday, so I had her birthday party last Saturday, and it just doesn't even feel like it's been 14 years. When I look at her, I still see the little teeny tiny baby that I used to hold in my arms, but now she's almost grown.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a special moment. I was looking at the pictures. Then y'all go to like Buffalo Wild Wings in the movies.
Yeah,
Y'all got like private
we
room.
went. Yeah, we had a private showing of Promising Young Woman. That movie is hilarious. When she first suggests, well, it's hilarious, but it also has some serious, parts in it. I was like, why my baby want to watch this? I'm actually glad she picked it because it was a thriller type of movie. And said after she watched that with her friends, then we went to eat at Buffalo Wild Wings, and then for her birthday, we went back to her Pluckers to get her birthday meal because we signed up for the Pluckers Club. She gets free wings, so that's what she wanted. And so yeah, she had a pretty good birthday. Opened up her own bank account. Oh, anybody wants to cash app her. People was cashing out her the money. So she got a nice little grip on her little bank account. So I
Okay.
said, don't spend it all in one place, baby. But she's like, oh no, daddy, I'm saving my money.
You know what I'm saying. I like to sometimes I be blowing money fast. Doing stuff like getting crab legs for breakfast. So that's just my lifestyle.
As long as you
Like
ain't walking out the store like Jameez with them crab legs, homie.
Jameez.
Oh, I gotta give a shout out to my friend Kendra Bogan. Her daughter Aubrey is battling cancer, so I was able to support Aubrey with some Aubrey Strong band. So if you want to go to my page, I think I made that post public. If not, I will. If you want to support Aubrey, you can buy a band and support her as she battles cancer. So strong little girl shouldn't have to really deal with cancer. I really feel bad for children who have to deal with cancer, because sometimes adults can't can't deal with cancer. So for a little child who just wants to play, watch cartoons, and just be a kid, battling a disease like this is tough. So praying for Kendra, praying for Aubrey and their family.
All right. Um. Now we get to no. I'm not gonna make this taste. You know what? Forget it. That's my shtick at this point. So we go from one tragic story to another tragic story,
Oh,
which is a Thursday night's game against the South Carolina Gamecocks for the women's basketball team. Now I'm not gonna lie, I ain't watch this shit. I knew what was happening. I didn't even bother. So, did you even bother?
yes, I watched it, and I was the first quarter. I mean, we won the first quarter 11-10, but really we had two turnovers late in the first quarter that showed me whenever South Carolina turns it on, and we're gonna get smoked. I mean, Rakia started the game 1 for 7 in the first half, and it was tough to watch again. Second straight blowout. Third straight loss in the conference. Uh, we are now under 500 in the SEC for the first time since 2014. And we have been ranked uh, in the top 25 for 126 straight weeks. I got that from Joel Coleman in November 10th, said it was 115, but counting these weeks to the loss, 126 straight weeks. Come Monday, I don't think we're going to be ranked, bruh,
I hope we
at
not.
all.
I hope we
Yeah.
not. I pretty much knew what was gonna happen. I felt like there was an outside chance that they might fool around, and I thought that they might do something like play for pride. Ah, pride? What pride? We ain't got no pride. Um, I knew what was gonna happen. I like everybody came up small. Looking at it even statistically, it looked like a cluster F word. So I'm just gonna go to what I really want to talk about, which is the next thing. What about Rakia Jackson at Mississippi State University? She didn't start in the last game. This is not the first game that she didn't start. She played heavy minutes, but she did not start. Um, she turned it on in the fourth quarter, though, right?
Yeah, but the game was already decided.
No, you don't say. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just going ahead and put this out here. Maybe I'm wrong, but to this point, Rakia Jackson has been fake news. I mean, I know that Trump ain't the president anymore. If you believe that he, still supposed to be the president, get over it. But yeah, I believe that she is, to borrow his terminology, Rakia Jackson has been fake news. She was supposed to be this, 5-star prospect who was gonna come in and she was can't miss and was gonna end up being the GOAT in Mississippi State basketball history, women's basketball history. I think that Latoya Thomas has nothing to worry about because it ain't gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe she'll win maybe we'll turn around and win a natty next year or something. But it ain't gonna happen this year. I'm kind of to the playoffs. I'm just hoping we can win a game stage at this point. Like, can
Right.
we win a game anymore? Like, I feel as though, like I say, I feel like it's a between the ears issue with the team. Like they got a case of the yips. Um, I feel as though that they are playing at such a poor level right now. I seriously do not know if we can beat anybody, especially an SEC team right now. Like I wouldn't favor us to beat anyone because the last couple of games showed that at least the elite teams in the SEC have figured not Rakia Jackson, have figured Jessica Carter out. So
Well, speaking of also on that night, if we were gonna steal the spotlight, that night would have been the night to do it because NC State took a loss, UConn took a loss to Arkansas, so two top five teams took losses that night. So if our Lady Bulldogs could have mustered up some type of a better effort and found a way, because here's the thing: South Carolina had an off game. Aaliyah Boston only had 6 points. Now she did have 12 rebounds and 4 blocks, but she was in foul trouble, most of the game. So you would have thought that Jessica Carter could have taken over that game, but Victoria Assassin and I can't pronounce her first name, but I'm here. They really kept Jessica Carter in check. I mean, yeah, she had a double double, but I mean when your counterpart as far as best player, front court player in the SEC is off the court, you should be taking over. That didn't happen, So, we needed Carter to have one of those 30-point, 20-pound rebound nights because, you know, when Boston was off the floor, that's when she should have been taken over, and we just couldn't do it. I mean, Rakia, yeah, she had 15 points, led the team, but I mean, hey, I mean, it doesn't matter when the game is already decided. Yeah, we kind of try to make it close, but then they ran away with it still. It doesn't matter, to score 15 points, lead the team when in the first half, you were basically invisible, 1 for 7, 1 for 7, I think. Um, so it was just tough to see um, the whole team. Aya Taylor, that first half, she seemed like the only person that was really attacking. I mean, she had those big 3 pointers, 5 assists, 5 costly turnovers. Something has to give. I mean, like you said, Rakia, didn't start the last game. She started the previous game, but the game before that she didn't start. So Two of the last three games, she's come off the bench while playing heavy minutes. So you see, Coach Nikki isn't afraid to sit you down. So we need to find something. I don't want to steal your word. Find something.
Marvel.
You know, something
Lady
is not working. I mean, be it the offensive execution, because like I said in my article, Coach McCray Penson knows more basketball on her pinky finger than I ever would in my whole life. But watching the game, it just seems like we cannot execute an offensive game plan because we just could not. We couldn't make any jumpers. We couldn't attack. We didn't get any points in the paint hardly. They had 44. We had 28. Normally, we dominate points in the paint. We got dominated in the paint. Rebounds, points in the paint, turnovers were about even. 3-point shooting about even. Free throw shooting, they shot 86% from the line. We shot like 33%. So overall, I mean, South Carolina did not have a good game. We just had a worse game than they had for them to beat us like they beat us. I mean, it was hard to watch.
In the words of Charles Barkley, it was terrible.
Terrible,
Terrible.
terrible.
It was terrible.
So like now something that bothered me, as far as cause us fans in our group, we have our thread where we talk about the game, but like after the game, you know, fans making comments about hair and makeup. Oh, about that's uncalled for. I mean, these are young ladies at the end of the day, so they're not going to be looking any kind of way. But I don't think their hair and makeup has anything to do with the team struggles. I mean, that's just something that fans just want to just complain about. Because hey, you look at Leah Boston. Normally she has a good game. She has rainbow colored hair. It don't have nothing to do about your ability to play the game. You could have a bad hair day or a good hair day. If you're not going to execute, it doesn't matter. If you're not executing at a high level, it doesn't matter. So I mean, sometimes I think us fans, we say things that we shouldn't say. And before I got into this side of it, I made some of those mistakes. So I had to learn and grow. And when I got on this side of things, I had to understand, like, man, you really can't do those types of things. Yeah, as a fan, you can voice your opinion, but you have to be guarded sometimes what you say. And we'll get more on fans reactions when we talk about Kylin Hill later. But the schedule doesn't get easier, Arthur. We got Tennessee coming up. We host Tennessee. That's our coach's alma mater.
Lost.
And then we go on the road to Arkansas,
Lost.
who just took out UConn. After Arkansas, let's see who we got next. We had the Oxford,
It's
who
just a
we
loss.
struggled to beat. Then Auburn, then Alabama again, and then LSU, which
Auburn.
I'm hoping to go to that game. I haven't gone to any basketball games down here in Baton Rouge yet, but I'm hoping I can get to that game so I can see us play in person. And
Playoffs.
then we
No,
then we
why would
finish
you
up the
want to see
season.
that? Why would you want to see that?
I mean, I want to see our girls play in person. Maybe having a bulldog in there cheering for might help.
So what about the home games then?
I mean, hey man, I'm watching from TV.
Playoffs.
And then we finish up against Missouri, and then the SEC
Lost.
tournament starts. But right now we're eighth in the SEC. I think preseason we were predicted to finish fifth. We have now, we're worse than what they predicted us. So we need to do something to turn this around. I mean, even if it's just running some type of motion offense to take advantage, of the defense.
COVID. They need to say that they are canceling the rest of the season because of concerns with COVID. That's what everybody else is doing. What about Duke women?
Duke's whole basketball team did that, didn't they?
I don't know if I don't think the men did.
I haven't really been paying attention to no other basketball teams outside Mississippi State.
Yeah, I think Duke were the only one. Like the Duke women's team, they was like, we scared of COVID, so we canceling season. That's what we need to do. Fake say that somebody got COVID, 2, 3 players got COVID. Let's stop the season. Okay? Stop the season. Say that Nikki McCray got COVID, something. I don't know, but this is I don't want to look. Let me tell you right now, okay? The team they kind of remind me of you know how we always say that with Ben Howland, every time that they play, it feels like the first time they've ever played together. Um, I just don't know. And the weird thing about it is that it's almost like they're playing with, as a team that doesn't have chemistry, or like you know how you have a team and the people don't like each other as people, but that's bizarre because everybody stayed, nobody transferred out or anything like that, and all throughout the spring and all of that good stuff and leading up to the season, all you saw was them taking all these pictures all hunky dory, we besties and stuff like that. And I don't know, the whole like I say, Rakia and all of them, they could have left. They probably wouldn't even had to sit out. They would have been somewhere playing immediately.
Yeah, kind of
Madison
like
Hayes,
Chloe and Hunter, you know.
yeah. Madison Hayes could have went to Texas with Vic or whatever the case may be, but they didn't. You know, they apparently get along pretty good, but it seemed like they. If I knew what the problem was, I would tell you. At least you know with the men's team, you could point to lack of experience, and they lost X amount of players last year. But with our team, nah, they just it's like they all got their talent stolen. Maybe there's about to be a women's basketball version of Space Jam. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's like they all lost their talent. Now Aaliyah Matharu decided it was a good time as any to become inefficient. So
And that's your favorite player, so I know that's hurting you.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Well, you know, if I had to choose a favorite, hmm, on our team.
Matharu, that's who you always talk about.
Oh, as far as a player is concerned, yeah, definitely Matharu. But you know,
No, no other reason. No other
oh
reason.
yeah,
Basketball skills only.
yeah, okay, all right.
Let's stay on
Well,
task.
any we got any comments? No, yes, maybe, perhaps.
Um, well, somebody asked about the free throw percentage. It was 33%. The free throw percentage against South Carolina was 33%. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah. So and then Derek Triplett said LSU is no scrub. You're right. LSU has been playing better. So like I said, it seems like instead of us getting better, we have been stagnant or even so regressed because Arkansas wasn't as good last year. LSU wasn't as good last year. You know, so even though we lost to Alabama, you know, we had Alabama beat this year, but we let them come back. You know, it's like we stayed at a standstill and everybody else just got better. You know, and here's I said last show that I felt like maybe we would be better if we'd have had Chloe and Espinal Hunter still on the squad. I don't necessarily know if we would be any better with those two, with just the way everybody else is playing. Yeah, they're two talented players that are having success at their new schools, but like basketball is a team sport, and eh, the whole team right now is struggling. And I do have confidence in Coach McCray Penson that she's going to turn this around. We just got to show patience. And everybody wants to say, hey, Vic didn't win when he first came. Well, Vic didn't have the talent that she has. So she needs to find a way to get the talent to perform and execute efficiently. I feel like basketball is her life. She knows the game of basketball. And she had ODU on the rise. Now I know SEC is a different animal than Conference USA, but she was a Conference USA Coach of the Year last year. So she has learned from the best. And when you have learned from the best, you know, coaches like that normally have success. Now she has success at ODU. I don't know why we're struggling so bad with the talent that we have because on paper we should be to hang with anybody. I mean, we have 5 star, we have McDonald's All Americans, we have talent, we have players that have performed at a high level last year under Vic and played well early in the season this year against mediocre competition. So we need to just find something that works. If you got to play ball like Hoosiers, you have seen the movie Hoosiers,
No,
with Gene Hackman. If
no.
we got to
Too
three
many white
passes
people in
and
it.
then shoot, 3 passes and then shoot, something like that. I mean, anything better than what we have been doing so far offensively.
Hey, look. No Colin
Make your
Kaepernick
free
though.
throws.
Hey, no Colin Kaepernick though. You know how some of the fans in what we affectionately refer to as the country club say that the problem is that Coach McCray need to stop being a friend. Now, I don't think that's the case, but I'm going to say this. And yes, this is about to go full racist right now.
Uh-oh.
As a teacher, I'm a teacher, right? And most black teachers will tell you that, white supremacy is a thing. And sometimes people just respond to when a white person is in charge, people just respond a little bit differently sometimes. Black person tell them the same thing, they got to give them all types of lip and stuff like that. And when the white man, something about when the white man comes around, they just exude this image of power and confidence or whatever. Maybe what we're seeing is that they're just not responding to her because she looked like them. I
And that was something that I saw on a message board early in the season when we lost that game to South Florida. I saw that. And Derek Triplett said we've been losing since Cole hasn't been playing. So you go play, so I don't think that's the case.
who the
I
heck is
mean,
Cole?
the young lady from Germany. I mean, Arthur, I see your point. I see your point. But like I I don't even want to go there because
Hey, look, man, forget what you're talking about. See, this is where I need Ricardo right about now. Because I'm ready to go to the abyss.
Ricardo would probably maybe agree with you. Some say, but
I'm
I'm
ready
gonna.
to go to the abyss. You know how? I mean, come on. We black people do not give me any of that politically correct bull jive. When people tune into the Black Dog Sports Podcast, they don't come for political speak and political correctness. They come for people to keep it 100. Now, you as a black person know that a lot of times when a black, just like with this podcast, I say all the time that people will, if we come out and say something or we do this, that, and the other in the group, like Riri McCarter, who I'm going to call out because F it. When we interviewed Coach Leach after that news situation, people felt compelled to jump into our inbox and start talking about how we were sellouts and coons and this, that, and the other because we didn't ask him, because as black people, it was our duty to ask him about the news thing. But I was like, when you have a problem with somebody who has a white podcast, do you jump into their inbox and start asking them about this, that, and the other and start insulting them? You don't. And do you know why? Because white supremacy has conditioned you to believe that they're above reproach. But since I am black and I look like you, and because we know each other, you feel comfortable enough, even people I don't know, you feel comfortable enough to feel like you can come at me like that. Maybe there's a certain element of that going on with the coaching staff right now. When it was an older white guy, if he say jump, they say how high. And when it's a black woman that do it, what I'm saying, it's more eye rolling and stuff. Think about the fact that when what his name is, when Vic Schaefer benched Victoria Vivians, he did an NCAA tournament, but he only had to do it like 1 or 2 games against a couple of no-name teams or whatnot. Think about the fact that Nikki McCray, that she didn't just wake up one day and decide that, I think that it would be a great idea to bench my 5-star player, because it's going to send a message. that's one of those kind of I declare war type of things. Like, you got to have some conviction. She had to have some lady marbles to do that. To do that to a 5-star McDonald's All-American player. And the fact that she's already having to take it there. And think about the fact that, uh, she could have went and benched. Why she didn't bench Jessica Carter? Jessica Carter been playing like trash,
She
and
needs to bench
yeah,
Cooks.
Cooks. I mean, they've Cooks has been playing way more trash than Rakia. So why is it that Cooks has been staying in and Rakia the one who got to get a message sent to her? I'm just saying, I it's just one of those things. I put it out there. F had turnout, and don't be inboxing me about this either,
You know it's coming.
and they go get told to go F themselves. Don't be
Okay,
like,
so
don't be like, go. How about this? How about you go inbox, one of these white Mississippi State media personalities and give them a piece of your mind. But you ain't go do that because you feel comfortable when it's a black man. But when a white person do it, it's no biggie because you're conditioned to accept their superiority. But whatever. When it's a black person, when you're looking at another black person, you like, oh, he ain't nobody. He just like me. Why I gotta listen to him? Whatever. It is what it is.
all right, so we're ready to move to men's basketball now.
Am I? Not
Uh,
really. I mean,
what else you got for women? For the women, I mean,
I ain't got
I
nothing.
don't think we're gonna beat Tennessee. We're not gonna beat Arkansas. That's gonna be a 5-game losing streak.
As far as I'm concerned, these are winnable games. In theory, if we play the way that we can, I feel as though that we gotta find a way to stop the bleeding in either this Tennessee or this Arkansas game. Okay? If we do not stop the bleeding in one of these next two games, the whole season's a wash. And I predict that we'll be a first round exit at the SEC tournament. It is what it is. At that point, playoffs, NCAA tournament, we'll be lucky if we can win a game.
Hmm.
All right,
All
so
right.
men's basketball. So the men's is on a 3-game losing streak to, I don't know, Kentucky. Who else they lose to?
Let's see. They lost to
We did
Tennessee, Alabama, and Ole Miss. And
we play
Alabama and
Iowa
the
State today, right?
yeah, we should beat them,
Oh, okay.
but the Tennessee game, Tennessee's ranked in top 20. No, we had a chance to beat them, and we had a chance to beat Alabama as well, and we lost both of those games late. So we're just having problems closing out games, So right now the men are sitting at 9-8, 4-5 in the SEC, and I mean I feel like we're gonna beat Iowa State. I just feel like we're gonna beat them. They are struggling as well.
We might
So, but
win, we might not.
but
I,
I
it,
mean, let's look at this Tennessee game. I mean, like, I mean, Iverson Molinar had, 16 points. DJ Stewart had 11. You know, um, Free throws again killed us. 16 for 23. That's 69% for the game. I mean, that has to be about the fifth or sixth game where free throws have really kind of been the difference. You know, 3-point shooting, we suck, 3 for 13. Field goal percentage, we suck, 32%. I mean, eh, if you can't hit your free throws, you're going to lose close games like this. You know, I mean, Quentin Post, had 10 rebounds and 5 points. I mean, you got to make your free throws. 15 for 27. I'm sorry, 16 for 23 is unacceptable. You can't win basketball games hitting under 85% of your free throws. And we shot 69.6%, rounded up to 7% against Tennessee. You make 4 more of those, you go home with the W. You know,
Um, the men's team need to say they scared of COVID too. I'm tired of this, really. Like, when does okay? How about this? When does baseball start?
it started soon. I mean,
Yeah, like, let me go look that up because at this point I'm just over basketball, like in general. What
because
what
the young
about the tennis team? Something I don't know.
tennis won. Softball is ranked. You know, so I mean, the other sports are doing well. And you know, if you want a good article to read about baseball, Spencer Wright, you know, he's a student at Mississippi State, writing with me at Maroon and White Nation. He wrote an awesome season preview for the Diamond Dogs. You know, so when you go to Maroon and White Nation, check out his article. You know, he actually put a nice little countdown whenever my computer screen loads until the baseball season starts. So yeah, I mean, we
Uh,
are a baseball school.
so the baseball team's first game is February 19th against the Texas Longhorns, which apparently we play a bunch of teams from Texas. That should be cool. And we got a game against Jackson State coming up, and it's gonna be in Starville. You know, maybe we should go to that. That sounds like it could be a lot of fun. They got a game against USM March the 2nd.
And
Trust
thank
my
you,
heart.
Kathy. Well,
I
we're
need
glad you don't listen to any other podcast.
what? Huh?
Kathy says she doesn't listen to any other podcast.
I don't listen to any other podcast either. Matter of fact, I don't even listen to this one.
I go back and listen all the time. I want to hear how I sound sometimes.
Sometimes I do. I know that I'll say this as far as the quality of the podcast is concerned. I think that it was, I won't necessarily say more fun, but it was different when we were doing it like where I was editing it or whatever and we didn't have the video or whatnot because it's back when nobody was listening. It was a little bit more fun because it was just like we would just like bull jiving around. We were like, man, ain't nobody listening. No way. But now, like, it comes up, so it'd be like, like
We're live. No editing. No editing needed.
yeah, I have people texting me during the podcast about whatever. So anyway, Reggie Perry,
Oh man, see, he ain't in Greece yet. So 11 points, what 10 points, 11 rebounds last night. First double double of his NBA career.
man, everybody scored against the Thunder last night. They had 147 points. He better had 10 points and 11
I
rebounds.
mean, you gotta realize if for him to make an impact with the juggernaut, he got 3 All-Stars on that squad. 3 All-Stars. I mean, when you get your playing time, you gotta produce. You know, unfortunately, Robert Woodard and Quindary hadn't been having a good season this year, so you know, hopefully they can you know produce more in the court. You
Well,
know, but
Olympiacos is having a pretty good season, so
I had to go look and see what Tyson Carter's doing.
or Israel or whatever the case may be. Tyson Carter gone, so I'm not go I'm gonna leave him alone. All right. So yeah, point is that the men's basketball team, we don't know what we gonna do. So let me ask you this: what we think we gonna do with Ben Howland? You think he need another year because they're young, or do we need to end this experiment right now?
He'll probably get another year, depending on how we finish up this year. But in reality, I like Ben Howland. There's no question he has been a winning head coach for his career. But for as long as he has been at Mississippi State, we have not taken the next step in the SEC yet. It's like we've been right there. And then now you had this mass exodus of players and you have this infusion of youth talent. And it's like you're back to the drawing board. So he should really have his system in place to where the players know his system, and he should be able to recruit players into his system to consistently run his system. You know, so you know
Bro,
he's
I
gonna
was
get a
so
year after this year, but I really would like to see us move on from him because we just haven't moved up. You know, if any, we haven't really gone down except for now because we won like 20 games a season, but we just haven't moved up in the SEC at all. And this is now Kentucky struggling. LSU, even with Will Wade getting in all the trouble that he got into, finding a way to escape all that. I mean, whatever Will Wade is doing, I mean, man, I need I need to go talk to him and say, hey, man, what kind of high wire act did you do to get out of all that trouble that
The
you in? Because
COVID happened, no one
all
cared.
he was on all those wiretaps, and getting put on probation. He's still there. Now LSU is still winning. you know. So for LSU to have surpassed Mississippi State, because when Johnny Jones was there, they weren't good at all. Now they have surpassed Mississippi State as far as winning in the SEC. And Ben Howland was his 6th year. I mean, Will Wade should not have surpassed him. A younger coach uh, that don't have the chop that you have, the experience that you have, really shouldn't have surpassed you as far as building his program up from where LSU was to where Mississippi State was when Will Wade came into the SEC. So he'll probably get another year, but I think we should move on. We've been stagnant. Time to change.
I mean, true, but with sometimes divine providence comes in, and when coronavirus hit, suddenly all whatever was going on at LSU didn't matter anymore. The same way, thank God for Trump's insurrection and for the Clemson Ohio State game, because no one is talking about the Mississippi State fight anymore, like at all. At first, everybody.
Tulsa suspended their players though.
Who, Tulsa?
Tulsa disciplined their players from the brawl.
Well, you already know that Mike Leach already told you he didn't give from the moment that it happened.
Just don't do it again. He got the little switch out and tapped them like that, like my mama used to do me when I was little. Well, actually, no, I have to be honest. I got more than one lick. I was a badass kid.
Mike Leach was out there like Willy Wonka, where it's like, no, stop, don't. He was in the stands taking I made a thing out of time when a fight breaks out and I'm on duty, where Mike Leach was taking pictures with the fans while the fight was going on. I like, man, look, they paid me to teach. They ain't say nothing about getting stole off, trying to break up 5 game members from fighting.
I don't blame Mike Leach for getting away from the fight. Like you said, they pay him to coach, not break up fights. That's what security's for.
Security. He was supposed to give it face at least lip service. All right, so foosball. Kylin Hill, Senior Bowl, running back of the week, and they talking about his blocking ability in his hands, which we can attest to. And has he jumped over anybody yet? Because it seemed like no Mississippi State game was complete without Kylin Hill jumping over somebody. Like, why was he always jumping over people?
That's his patented move, man. I call it the heel hurdle. I got a chance to see some of the practice footage, of him, blocking, that's good. That's gonna help him, get drafted, because when you're a young running back, that's gonna help you get on the field. I got a chance to see some of his, passing routes and stuff like that where he caught a few balls. Hopefully, he has a good showing in the Senior Bowl. But you have all these but he shouldn't play people, because he opted out, or they want to call him a quitter, whatever you want to say. The young man is making a name for himself at the Senior Bowl. Oh, he shouldn't wear the Mississippi State helmet. The man played for 3 and I guess you can say quarter seasons of football. He's in the record books at Mississippi State. You can't take that away from him. Stop being salty.
Whoa. He in the record books for what?
For his 200-yard games, and as far as his rushing stats. He's not number 1, but he's in the record books. He's accumulated yards where he is, up there as far as rushing yardage. He's a first team SEC running back 2019. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah, you do realize that, this is where I miss Jeremiah. because
Y'all
uh,
gonna call me a sunshine pumper. Yeah.
Victoria Vivians, Rakia Jackson, and Kylin Hill, and who was that wide receiver that he used to always tie? The guy from Tupelo.
Bumpus.
Yeah, they all the same person. Like they are all American caliber players. As long as we play in Southeast Louisiana Golden Lions or whatever, or UAPB or something. But against the LSU Tigers, not so much.
I mean, he had a good game against. I had to go look at his stats, but like I'm gonna like this here. When we had those real bad games where he didn't have any stats, the whole team sucked. And you want to say what Nick Gibson ran for this many yards against Alabama that game and kind of do anything. They were focused on stopping Kylin Hill, not Nick Gibson. So the focus is gonna be on to stop him. So if anything, Moorhead should have changed his game plan. You know what I'm saying? When Kylin Hill wasn't in the game, Alabama wasn't in run stopping defense. Gibson was able to hit get some holes. Hit the hole a little better. So
Wait. What did you just say?
hit the hole, man.
Nah, you said something else before you said
Get through the holes, man. Get your mind out the gutter, Arthur.
whatever,
But
man.
here's the thing.
Get some hoes.
Kylin Hill being at the Senior Bowl is a great thing for him and Mississippi State because it gives Mississippi State much needed exposure. Yeah, you can feel how he quit on his team. I mean, if you look at the articles that he's been given, interviews he's been given, he had a valid reason for opting out. Should he have stayed? You can have your opinion, but he felt he was doing what's best for him, what's best for Kylin Hill and his future. Here's the thing: this young man has played football almost more than half of the years he's been alive. Do you not think it was hard for him to not suit up and play with his brothers? That was hard for him, but he had to do what was best for him. Now he's at the Senior Bowl fighting for a chance to earn a living playing the game that he loves. So you could be upset for him opting out, okay? But don't act like a jilted ex. Get over it, move forward, because once he gets into the NFL, if he does well, which I have no doubt that he will, then you're gonna want to be fans again, just like how they treated Willie Gay bad last year. Oh, Willie Gay shouldn't be able to blah blah blah. Up until the point Willie Gay got hurt, he was having a pretty good year for Kansas City. Press Willie Gay towards meniscus, gonna miss a Super Bowl, but he's gonna be back next year, bigger, stronger, faster. But all those fans who were down on Willie Gay, oh, when he ran that 4.40, oh, Willie Gay, blah, blah, blah. That's probably how it's gonna be for Kylin Hill. Probably gonna be some people who are gonna stick to their guns and be like, no, we're just not gonna root for him. But let him make a Pro Bowl. Let him become all pro. Let him make some good plays and represent Mississippi State the way they feel like he should represent them. Then we can forgive him now because he's representing the way we feel. What
Hey,
about the way he feels?
I wouldn't worry about that happening if I was you.
Stop.
I'm just putting it out there. Like,
So you don't think he's gonna be successful in the NFL if he makes it? You're gonna take the Jeremiah angle?
pretty much that's exactly what I'm saying. But I mean, if he does it, it'll be cool or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people who think that he quote unquote quit on the team. I
Right.
think that the team didn't want him around no more.
I ain't gonna say that.
He was probably a cancer in the locker room or something like
I
that.
ain't gonna
I don't
say
know that
that.
for sure. I'm just speculating. Um.
Yeah, that's speculative. I'm gonna say that's pure speculation, maybe.
Oh, okay. Um. And just like with the Willie
So you
Gate,
mean to tell me a young man who is on an all-star team can go and impress players, a lot of players who have never played with him, and vote him this award that his own team doesn't want him around, the team that he is shed blood, sweat, and tears with for almost 4 years?
that's exactly what I'm saying. Because
Okay.
it's just like you ain't never met somebody and like if you're around them for like a couple of hours or whatever, then it's cool. But like once you really be around that person after a while, you be kind of like, yeah. But whatever. That is what it is. So we got any fan reactions on Kylin Hill in the Senior Bowl?
Kathy wants to know, do you like any of our players?
Do I like any of our players from which sport?
I guess for the football thing, because she says you're ragging on Kylin. And Derek Triplett says, come through strong, Kylin.
I
And they
mean,
say
I guess like y'all know who I fool with, don't y'all know who I fool with on the football team is E40.
Arrow.
Yeah, I fool with E40 real hard.
Right. And
Um,
Eric, congratulations to Eric. They went to the Shrine Bowl, which was supposed to be played on the 23rd. But the Shrine Bowl got canceled. So KJ, um, Arrow, and out of the list that I had, the other five that I said should have been in the Senior Bowl, they all went to the Shrine Bowl, but the Shrine Bowl got canceled. So I would have loved to have seen the Senior Bowl add Arrow to their squad. You know, if there's anybody that I feel should have gotten a late invite or accepted invite to the Senior Bowl, it should have been our defensive leader, the heart and soul of our defense, Errol Thompson. Because outside of Kylin Hill, I really feel like he is the next Bulldog to get drafted. Top two Bulldogs to get drafted would be Kylin Hill and Errol Thompson. KJ Costello may get drafted, but I don't think so. Our offensive lineman, we've been putting our offensive linemen in the NFL. Elton Jenkins has shown that you can come out of Mississippi State and become an all-pro offensive lineman. But some of the offensive linemen that we had this year, they just didn't. When you can't block three guys, I don't even want to say that's all the whole offensive line's fault. But but shout out, Kylin Hill is going to be taking the field hopefully in 30 minutes. Simba is going to be starting, so hopefully he has a good game. And for fans, if you're still salty about Kylin Hill opting out, pray about it, let it go, root for the young man, because here's the thing: he's wearing maroon and white helmet at the Senior Bowl. Just accept it. When he gets into the NFL, it's gonna say from Mississippi State. But I guarantee, if he chose not to say he's from Mississippi State, if he says Columbus High, that's gonna be something else for the not Colin Hill fans to be upset about. But you'll be getting your wish. So don't get upset if he chooses to grant that wish.
oh, okay. So we got this one running back from what name the place is from Ruston, right?
Yeah, from Ruston. Four-star running back, Ketravion Hargrove. He fits the 20. He's like 5'11", 185 pounds. So he's the type of running back that Leach is going to recruit those running backs that are not, he's not Brandon Holloway type size, but he's going to be utilized more so in the passing game. Those are the type of running backs that we're going to recruit. But to get this guy, even though he had an injury-prone senior year, I think is big. I think it's gonna be he's gonna come in and try to work his way into the roster and work you up the depth top. Cause we have a lot of youth at running back. With the two true freshmen being sophomores, um, Witherspoon transferring. So outside of that, we didn't really have any other scholarship running backs on the roster. So this now it's going to give us our third scholarship running back on the young man we signed in December. So now we're going to have two true freshman backs coming in, more so wide receivers slash running backs. So I'm glad to have him on the roster. He's a talent.
Okay, yeah, bad boy, baby. So there's this one guy who's a former five-star defensive back from Texas and a former Army All-American. I'm
Jalen
gonna
Green.
let Derek talk about that before I tell y'all how much I don't care about any of that.
Well, here's the thing. Jalen Green is a former starter at Texas. Our safeties coach, Coach Washington, coached him at Texas. And here's it is an upgrade, from, the terrible safety play that we had this past season, especially with all the injuries we had. We do return Fred Peters. We do return, darn it, CJ is coming back. So we do have some leadership and depth back there. So what Jalen Green is going to do, he's going to play some safety, may even play some cornerback. because outside of the two-star cornerbacks, Forbes and Martin, I mean, we don't really have anybody that can be a shutdown corner at that nickel spot. Not to say that the nickel spot has been shut down corner, but like we need somebody that can make these guys compete. Iron sharpens iron. So to bring somebody in like Jalen Green, uh, to come in and compete, I think it's going to be good for Mississippi State because we need a talent. We need to upgrade the talent in the secondary. So that's what I think about that.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say that he can't possibly be any worse than the people that we have. That being said, temper your expectations because if we learn anything from this transfer portal, have we gotten anyone from the transfer portal who didn't suck? Or well, me not say who didn't suck. Anybody from the transfer portal who made an impact? Like seriously, anyone?
Not right now. I'm hoping the defensive end is from
Because I
Central
think that
Florida is going to
Jonathan,
make an impact.
yeah, like
Well, well, Abram,
I
yeah.
don't
No,
think
Abram came
Jonathan
from a
Abrams
JUCO
was.
though. He came from a junior college.
Well, he was at Georgia first.
And then he went to a junior college. Then he came to Mississippi. That wasn't transfer portal. So no, really. I mean, KJ for one game.
Yeah, that one game was magical. I give him that. I don't think that. I feel as though that Tommy Stevens was probably hurt and nobody knew it. That's what I think happened with him. I personally feel as though that he jacked up his. I think he had a broke collarbone. I think they didn't call it a broken collarbone, but I think that dude collarbone was broke. Um, because of the way it was a hit he took. It was either the ULL game or one of those games. Dude fell on his shoulder, and I was like, I didn't see Tony Romo get hit like that enough times. No, that's a collarbone. Um, but when they started talking about all this 5-star McDonald's All American crap, and I'm like, good safeties don't leave the University of Texas and come to Mississippi State University. Like if he had got caught smoking or selling weed or something like that, and then showed up, he got kicked off team, showed up to state, okay, fine. But he was just a regular dude who was at Texas, and just decided to leave. And yeah, he started, but from what I understand, he didn't like play, right?
He played. He was a former starter.
Yeah, but wasn't it kind of like a situation where like he started a few games, but it wasn't like he was like a full-time starter?
I mean, here's the thing, man. The young man played at Texas. He has stats. He has film. He's a former talent, 5-star, 97 rated player. Um, I mean, like you said, he can't be. He has. I'm going to put it up now. 30 career games, 8 starts. Let's see here. Pull this up
You know what I'm
here.
saying?
So he
But like
played
I
in
say, I'm glad
2019.
to
He
have him
played
on
in
the
10
team.
games and 7 starts. This past season, he played in 9 games and made 1 start. So
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's possible he can contribute.
And then
So
it's not even like Texas is just this defensive powerhouse or anything like that. But let me reiterate, he cannot be worse than what we have. Okay, but I'm just saying, temper your expectations. Don't expect them to come in and be like Deion Sanders or no like that.
no, I
Or
I, I don't think that. I don't think he's gonna be like a Deion
they
Sanders
are Jonathan
or
Banks.
Jonathan Abram type impact.
Like
So I
I,
mean,
if I don't even think he'll be Tavez Calhoun, but man, forget that. Tavez Calhoun was balling when he was at state.
man, you already know the suplex. That's my favorite play. You know. Yeah, but Trey Montez transferred from a JUCO, not the transfer portal.
Right.
So
Because
we're
he was
talking
at
about like
Michigan
the
State.
transfer portal.
He was at Michigan State
Not
apparently playing
yeah,
freaking
Michigan State,
tight
and
end.
then went to a JUCO. Then he came to Mississippi State. So we're talking about players that we acquired from the transfer portal. So outside of, I mean, we really only have gotten two that made somewhat of an impact. That was, like you said, Stevens and KJ, for that one game. Outside of that, no one else has really done anything in the transfer portal that we've acquired. We've gotten more quarterbacks from the transfer portal this season, you know. Um, but hey, I really feel like our best player from the transfer portal, as far as potential, is going to be Randy Charlton. And I need to get on my job and finish an article that I'm writing on him. Former starter from Central Florida, you know, uh, transferring to Mississippi State from Central Florida. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got kicked off the team for defending a teammate. Blah blah blah. But he didn't hit anybody. He cursed somebody out. That's why he got kicked out.
Yeah,
He didn't rob
I
anybody.
hate that
He
guy.
didn't hit nobody. He cursed somebody out. So Central Florida, you know, kicking people off the team for cursing a security guard out. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that it was probably a little bit more drastic than you think it was for them to do that. But it's one of those things.
I mean, like I said, I need to go ahead and finish that article because I got some information on that. So I've been, holding on to it for a while. So I need to go ahead and finish it so we can get that out there. That this is a good kid. I mean, you know, real good kid. I think he's gonna be a good pickup for us. So man, that's
Absolutely.
all I got. You got anything
Yeah.
else?
So I'm gonna just. What about the raffle? What happened to the raffle?
Oh, man, yeah. So are you gonna do the bell?
Start with the raffle, man.
All right. So Lucas Quinn won the most weeks at 4, followed by Laquita Cox King with 3. And 3 people won 2 weeks. That's Mike. He didn't give a last name. Chris Whitaker and Michael Moore with 2. So do you want to give away the Black Dolls cowbell first?
I mean, they will get a cowbell. They will get a Black Dogs cowbell. I can't guarantee them that it'll be this one, but they will get a Black Dogs cowbell.
All right. So I got my little lottery machine here. It's not the one that I normally like to use, but so each person that won if they won more than once, they got 2 numbers in. So we're gonna give away the Black Dolls cowbell next. So ah, and it's really kind of cool how these balls do this, man. Like it's like a lottery. All right. So the winner of the cowbell is number 36. And number 36. Darn it, what happened to my Google sheet? There we go. Number 36 is Lucas Quinn. Won the Black Dogs podcast cowbell.
First of all, do they even want the cowbell? I thought that we would have. I feel as though that I'd be more comfortable if there was a menu of things that they could choose from.
What do you mean a menu?
Yeah, isn't there more than one thing other than the
We
cowbell?
just talked. You just said you want to give away the bell. I asked you first. You said give away the bell.
No, I'm not talking about that. I don't want to give away the bell. I'm just saying, I thought we had like basketballs and some more shit.
We got some footballs, but we said the bell first.
They might not want the bell.
Well, that's what Lucas Quinn gets. He gets the bell.
Oh
So we
well,
got to get him a bill. Get in touch. I have his contact information, and we're gonna ship him a bill.
ship them these and never mind.
Come
Yeah,
on, Arthur. Don't be like that. All right. So next up, we're gonna give away a copy of Alpha Dog signed by Steve Robertson. Now, Lucas, you've already won. So I mean, the thing is, he has 3 more chances to possibly win. So that's what you get when you win more than 1 week in the game. So we're getting ready to give away the book. So here we go. Come on. I wish I had my bingo machine. I had a bingo machine. All right. So the winner of the Alpha Dogs is number 16. and that is Kay Crystal wins a copy of Steve Robertson's book.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
That's Jack Crystal's daughter.
Oh, okay. It would have been funny if she would have won Jack Crystal Cowbell.
Speaking of that, we're gonna give away the Jack Crystal cowbell next.
Yes, he wants the Jack Crystal Cowbell.
All right, so come on. All right, so the winner of the Jack Crystal cowbell is Tanya McCaleb.
I don't know who that is either, but congratulations.
Okay, so we got uh the footballs left to give away. All right. So next up is going to be a football signed by Mississippi former Mississippi running back DeCenzo Miller. Come on. All right. 46. That is Chris Whitaker. All right, and the last prize is Tyrone, a football signed by Tyrone Keys, Super Bowl champion, and the man who caused a fumble in the 1980 upset against Alabama. All right, number 10. That is some guy by the name of Mike, and he gave me a fake email address, so I
Ah.
don't have any way to get in touch with him. So we're gonna keep going. That's what you get when you don't give real contact information. And I was gonna do a pick 'em for the basketball season, but the way basketball season, okay, all right. So the winner of the Tyrone Keys football is number 4, John Brown. So what I'm going to do for the footballs, I'm going to be ordering like a case for it, like a display case. So let me order the display cases, get it all looking nice for you, and I'll be sending that out for Alpha Dogs. K, I'll inbox you and get your address. For the Jack Crystal Cowbell, Miss McCaleb, I'll get in touch with you. Arthur,
Send me the address of whoever dude
Lucas
is.
Quinn.
I guess that he can have this cowbell.
So we want to thank everybody for joining in for the Black Dog Sports Podcast Football Pick'em. Can't wait to do it for year 2. Hopefully, we can get more prizes, bigger prizes, more prizes, maybe some cash prizes. It just depends on who we can get to donate prizes and who we can partner with. So
Right.
you know,
And I wanted to say that for any single ladies who might be watching this, if you entered into the pick'em and you didn't win anything, contact me, and we might be able to put together, like, depending on how you look or whatever,
Arthur,
nice little date or whatever. It'd be cool or whatnot. Hey, look, shooters shoot, Derek. Shooters shoot. But speaking of which, there is didn't my friend had like a basketball or something, and
a
she
Ben
did,
Highland basketball. You said
huh?
you were going to give. You said you're going to a Ben Highland signed basketball.
Yeah, don't nobody want that though. But this is an OG call. I'm giving it to Laquita. Bam, bad boy, baby. There's nothing you can do about
Do
it.
you have the ball?
I can get it. I'm gonna go get it. It'll be fine.
No, how you gonna pick a winner? Man, we gotta do the raffle,
No, I
man.
can pick a winner if I want to. It's an OG call. I say that it's gonna be Laquita
I'm
because we
feeling
didn't
generous.
advertise it. We never advertised that prize. We never
Yes,
advertised
we
that prize.
did. Yes, we
We
did.
did. Okay,
You said it.
sure. Okay, but
But if you want to give it to Laquita, this is what we're gonna do. I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna give away a $25 gift card to WTF Starkville. So I'll
Where's
get
my
in touch.
name?
What's that?
Is my name in the? Oh, I never won.
No, you can't be in the raffle, Arthur.
What you mean I can't be in a raffle? I like WTF too.
You have to pay for it.
I don't want to pay. I'm cheap.
Oh well. So
Whatever.
come on.
I'm gonna pull up my name, my name, my name.
What is that?
This the best. This the best prize.
What the fuck? What the WTF?
Ah, where the food at?
The W.
Where the food at? Yes, the where the food at gift card, which should be good enough to get you an appetizer.
I'm trying to get it. Okay, all right. For the gift card, number 13,
Share T to go kill me.
that will go to LaKenya Robertson Smith.
I don't know who that is, but she sound black.
Why does that matter?
It don't matter.
All right, and Lucas Quinn, since you won the most weeks, I will give you. I'm gonna cash app you $50 since you won the most weeks. See, surprise, surprise. So make sure you join in next season for the Black Dogs Pick'em. Probably gonna do something for baseball because a lot of games in baseball. I know I dropped the ball on basketball, but we still have time. But I don't know, man. It's kind of depressing. We had a losing season in football, and now we're losing in basketball. So I don't know. We may try to do something with the other sports. Just to you know it just depends on how many people participate and if I can find somebody to give away some prizes. So man, I had fun putting the pick 'em together each week. It was fun seeing who would win. Um, Hopefully it'll be bigger and better. You know, when football season comes. Spring is right around the corner. February is 2 days away. So Super Bowl weekend is gonna be in April. So it's gonna be here. Football season, spring football
Hey,
season is gonna be starting soon. So
hey,
what's that?
we gotta shout out to Bill Smith. We gotta
Oh
put
yeah.
out there that the Black Dogs Cowbell came from the Bill Smith. And I'm also gonna say that you go get this cowbell whenever I see fit. Because well, I guess I'll do it in prompt orderly manner. But the only reason why I'm even giving the cowbell away is that I want to have him make one that has like, I'm gonna have like at King Arthur J on there, and it's gonna be beautiful, okay? And it is, but the cowbell is so beautiful. I really don't want to give it away. I really don't. And then it has like, the number on the inside is like Black Dog 001. You know what? Wait a
What,
second.
just get him to make another one, Arthur. How
Ah,
much does the bill cost? Well, we'll discuss it off the air.
I mean, oh, it just says 20. Okay, yeah, yeah. Here you go, right here. Yeah.
Kathy says she's the only person to pick us to beat LSU. That should count for something. But you didn't win a week, sis.
I picked Notre Dame to beat I picked Notre Dame to beat Clemson, and no one cared.
Mr. John said we don't need the jinx baseball. Not looking good for AD. Well, what you mean, Mr. John?
He talking about the athletic director.
Oh,
You know how he feels about John Cohen. He feels as though John Cohen is an excellent baseball coach, not so good as far as AD is concerned.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. So that's all I got, man. The Senior Bowl getting ready to start. Hopefully, Kylin Hill has a good game. That's all I got for to go after the Senior Bowl. Me and my daughter going to go paint. So,
Okay,
man,
so
go ahead and lead us out, Art.
I'm not getting ready to watch any of that Senior Bowl bullshit, but that's okay. Um, I wanted to say, knick knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. What else? I wanted to send a shout out to all of my homies out there in the trenches in Greenville, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy Harvey Austin. Who else? I want to give a shout out to who else? Rest in peace, Joseph Kennedy, all the Greenville High Hornets out there. You feel me? And yeah, it's a great day to be a Hornet. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I have. I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm about to do. I
Eat
need
some
to
more
go.
crab legs.
I need to go to Whole. I need to go to Whole Foods. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get there. I had a date tonight, but she got coronavirus. Can't make that up. Cannot make that up. So yeah, hopefully I won't get the virus. We doing hybrid teaching now. So lots of fun. Lots and lots and lots of fun. So anyway, y'all will see us again sometime next week or something like that. At some point, we're gonna have to bring on Latoya Thomas because we keep getting sidetracked. Okay, but
You
with the,
keep getting sidetracked. Don't be
I didn't
saying
get
we.
sidetracked. I booked her, and then when I was like, okay, it's time to start the show, you was saying, I don't know where you was on
But
Nation.
you was, but I was up. You the one. Oh, I was just waking up.
I mean, half the time we do the show, I be just waking up. I yawn at the beginning of every
Arthur
episode.
be having to get his beauty sleep, y'all.
Yeah, looking the way that I look, it takes.
Which one of y'all want to volunteer to be Arthur's alarm clock?
I guess. Anyway, so will the girls basketball team make it to the NCAA tournament? Will the men actually close out a game? And when is the draft this year? NFL.
It's in April.
Okay, yeah. And will Kylin Hill get drafted in the NFL draft? These questions and more answered on the next Black Dogs podcast. Okay, bye.